Well, good morning on Friday, February 6th from Snake Mountain Boat Works. RJ has continued working on the 1968 20-foot Lyman runabouts. Sad transom, but he's made some real progress, as we can see. So I'll just hand it over to you, RJ.
I started by pulling out this piece. As you know, that board came out in many different little rotten pieces. I remade it, fitted it in there. Then I realized that these two pieces of oak that came down were rotted, the ends of them. So I chiseled out the rot and cut out pieces so that I can put in new pieces of wood.
That must have been a job for the fine multi-master.
That was quite a job with this little blade. I actually removed that whole bottom board, cleaned it all up and all of that with this little tiny blade. And it was 5200 on and stuck very well. I removed these pieces and found that the ends of them had a lot of rot in them. More so this one right here.
Let's see if we can get close enough to...
Started drilling with a drill bit into the end of it to see how far the rot went, and I buried a 8-inch drill bit into it very easily without having to put any pressure on it at all. It appeared hard on the outside, and this appeared to be the better of the two at first glance, and then once I stuck that drill bit in there, I realized that this piece actually has to be replaced because there's not any structural strength to it.
So that water was just wicking up through the end because nobody ever sealed it with CPES.
No, the ends of these weren't sealed. Actually, the back side here on this plywood, I'm surprised is not rotten worse than it is because that is not sealed with anything, paint or anything like that. And the back sides of these appear to have some type of sealer on them, but the ends of them didn't have any sealer and the water had wicked right up into them.
So your plan of attack is to...
I have to take these pieces and doctor them up.
With the thickened epoxy?
Yep. Should work good on these single pieces. I don't like to put pieces together with it because it doesn't expand or contract and just splits and lets water in. But on a single piece like this, I wouldn't mind doing it. And I'm going to replace this one and fix these two and cut out new blocks for each corner and fasten those in. Once we finish that, we'll move to the outside, remove the rotted plywood on the transom, and piece in our piece that we need to put there, and then we will remove everything, the plywood, the framing and everything, one last time and seal it all in, put our sealers in and our put it all back together, sealed and fastened for good.
All right, so that's the end of the week. Well, halfway through the end of the week. It's lunchtime. And we'll be back to you next week as RJ continues to make progress on this 1968 Lyman runabout. So goodbye for now from Snake Mountain Boat Works.